Bond students have been in every Olympics since '92. How do they do it? Bond is known for its prowess in the sporting domain. With incredible facilities throughout campus, it means you can easily transition from this to this. Sport is alive and well at Bond University.
Welcome to Auto Mall Aspley Oval for the penultimate round of the Bond University QAFLW home and away season. This match between the 6th placed Aspley Hornets and the 3rd placed Coorparoo Kings. Aspley on the precipice. They can get away with a loss today as long as they win next week, and they are playing the bottom of the table side. Coorparoo, well, they're riding high after their shock win over Southport last week, and they're looking to secure 2 home finals. My name is Daniel Viles. It's a great pleasure to be with you this afternoon. Now, Aspley have had a horror season, which means that their casualty ward arguably has a better starting side than their on-field side, but that means opportunity. So it's my very great pleasure to introduce from the Aspley Hornets, Jasmine Kawa. Jasmine, welcome to my office at your ground.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for having me. An exciting day, beautiful day for some footy as well, so I'm super keen to be up here.
Before we move on, you're obviously injured at the moment. It was a horrible injury back about a month ago. How's recovery going?
Yeah, really good. Nearly 6 weeks post-op, so I feel like it's flying by, which is very good. But yeah, unfortunately it's my 3rd one now, so I know what's coming, and it's moving really smoothly, which is nice.
It's one area where you don't want experience. Milestone for Aspley today. It came up a couple of weeks ago, but today's the first home game since. But 100 games in the Bond University QAFLW. Now, I think you came up here in the COVID year for a little bit, and then you've been here the last couple of years. Buzz around the club, because this is an important club in this comp now.
Yeah. The week's been awesome. We've been pretty up and about the last couple of months, but this week's very special, and the girls know that, so they'll give it all out there today.
I won't ask you for a pre-match tip, Jasmine, because I have a feeling that which way you want to go, but no, Coorparoo favourites going into this game, but we know what Aspley are capable of. Tyler Hickson gets us underway. Mon Dufty and Renee Tees pretty much draw the opening ball up as Arla Feder-Huggich, the Coorparoo captain, finds a way of getting an inside 50. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Edie Fraser just knocking it in towards centre half forward, then knocked back out to the left towards Grace Roberts-White. Picked off by Liesi. Knocked away by Clancy Dillon. 2 or 3 turnovers all at once. Clancy Dillon around finds Schneider. Air ball, wouldn't have gone 15. Then back towards O'Flaherty. She causes the turnover. Liesi, with her barely weaker left boot, was just intercepted by Lunson. Wasn't able to hold on to the mark. Squeezes inside 50 again. Lovely hands. Rose Clancy Dillon from about 40 out. Rose Clancy Dillon. Her 2nd goal in this competition. And Coorparoo are away in the opening minute of the match.
Yeah, you could almost see there Coorparoo had a bit of a wall set up outside the 50, and they were spread across it really well. So that's therefore where they could shut that ball coming out.
Because Aspley normally cope quite well with that lateral movement. I'm guessing that, with the personnel changes this year, it can be a little bit difficult to just, know where your teammates are and trust them instinctively as opposed to having a quick glance first.
Yeah, definitely.
So Jazz enters the commentary box and has to be disappointed immediately. Duffy trying to bust her way through. Didn't work on this occasion. Had a good first year in this competition since coming up from Tasmania. And one of 3 genuine ruck options who are still on the field, with Pulteney and McDonald out there as well. Not a lot of width from either side at the moment. Seems very congested around the contest. O'Flaherty, of course, used to provide the width for Aspley, but has had to move in. Done a fair good job of the inside midfield, I'd say, Holly, this year.
Yeah, super dangerous with her left foot as well, so we love her out on that left side of the ground.
Just went past the arms of Chelsea Wing. Coorparoo find a way of moving it forward up towards Roberts-White. Gabby Roberts, an unlikely goal scorer against Southport a couple of weeks ago, and one of the best goal celebrations of the year. It was joy and relief all at once. Aspley caused the turnover on their left wing. Rolls away from Feder-Huggich, who nearly got the ball back for the Navy Blues, wearing their Indigenous jersey today. As much as I love the Sir Douglas Nichols round and the Pride rounds and all the rest of it, good to see Aspley back in there. Just the good old gelato hoops today.
I know, we do love the brown and yellow.
Superb tackle from, I believe, McMillan, who came into this match with 99 tackles for the season, so she's brought up the century. Good intercept mark, taken by Pulteney. They recruited tall over the off-season, did the Hornets. Hasn't quite worked out the way they wanted, but another tall in Dufty. Just knocked it forward towards Higgins, a former Australian baseball representative. Good to see her getting a chance in first grade after a few years in the Rezzies. Thompson putting pressure on Riley. Riley hacked it away. Decided the best way to get around Thompson was to go underneath. Riley again, good boot on the outside. Knocked away by Pittman. Clever ball inside, didn't quite roll the way she wanted. Fraser with her left foot, it's well off target, will need the intervention. Looping handball. Dufty read that very early. Knocked outside 50, but Clancy Dillon, the goal scorer, left it for a captain in Feta Huggage. Feta Huggage gets around O'Flaherty. Not many do that. It's an ugly kick off the boot. Went past Nissen. Liesi thumped it away out towards Vanderweel. Vanderweel trying to get away from Fraser. Fraser did well to hold her feet. I think Vanderweel went to ground to try to shield the ball. Fraser was a bit clever.
Pretty even match-up, 1v1 around the ground.
Not a lot of zonal defence going on at the moment, is there?
No.
Chelsea win brought to ground by McMillan.
And then I suppose that's what's making the game so congested and in the corridor. You don't have those outlets on the wings.
I'll have a follow-up question in a moment. We'll just follow. Liesi was second to the ball. As Wynn went past, got the handball back inside to Roberts-White. Was brought down strongly. Roberts-White good enough to get the ball away. Fraser gets some kind of kick. Contested contest. What's a contested contest, Daniel? Taken by McDonald. So we've seen all 3 6-footers in this side take intercept marks already. That's not going on Instagram during the week. Boundary throwing. No free kick to Tees. Tees plays on. Just went through the hands of Dufty. He's been very involved so far. Roberts. Handball just didn't quite reach the target. It's McMillan, the tackling machine.
I think Gabby just got it in the back there, so that's a free for her.
That was after she released. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now towards Pittman, the 2 number 20s, Meg Muir. Still plenty of pressure on the kick, so Muir goes out of bounds, but just a boundary throwing because it's inside the 50. Because Emma Pittman spent many years at Coorparoo, so she'd be familiar with most of this side.
Yes.
Tees positioned herself best. Number 1 for hit-outs in this comp this year. Plumpton, not able to hold on. Puts the tackle on, though. Superb work from Plumpton. Wins the free kick. Well, there's a gap in play. JC Plumpton quite new to this competition, Jazzy, so any intel you've got, I'm glad to hear it. Tallis on the outside. Gets the ball back inside as Aspley starts to be a little bit expansive. Katie Day. Nearly brought to ground by Alyssa Wedding. Good hands from Cooper on the right-hand side allows Schneider to move up the wing. McDonald nearly getting the intercept. Nissen breaks away. Nissen inside 50. Just a little bit too high for Hess. Goes through to Scheffler. Scheffler on a narrow angle. Out of bounds.
Yeah, Jace played under 17s with us, so she's a junior that's come up, and she's a very exciting player to watch. She brings a lot of energy and an attack in the forward line for us.
Thank you, Jazz. There's a big future there if she wants it. On the ball again. It's always nice when you talk about someone and they go, oh, that's my cue, I better get on camera. Causes the stoppage.
Still very even on the outside here, set up behind the ball for Coops. There's no one really sinking back free, so it's a 50-50 contest when it comes out.
Zielinski with a good intercept mark.
Saying that, there she goes and takes a mark.
That's your first commentator's curse, Jazz Carl. You are now officially a commentator.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club. Meetings are on Tuesdays. Zielinski inside 50. Not able to be held on to by Chesterfield, who's leading the comp for forward 50 marks this year. Taken away. Oh, kicked in the wrong direction, but it's worked. So obviously saw a target. Cleared by Poltney. Comes into open space. Katie Day has wheels. Couldn't quite get there, and just a bit of contact on Lunson before she grabbed the ball. Goes with the umpires when we get a break in play. Wonderful mark. Taken by Chelsea Wynn. Inside 50 into space. Scheffler working her way around. Was well knocked away by McCall. McCall just finding ways to get it outside. Has to keep it in play because it came off her boot. Not the ending to the play she wanted, but the endeavour was there. Schneider, miss kick inside 50. Goes through to Roberts White. Handball inside to Harding. Emily Harding. Away to the left, doesn't go through. And then a clever bump from Vanderweel just to make sure that Hess was taken over the line.
It'll be interesting to see where Anna goes here, because I think as soon as we start using the wings and opening up the game, I think that'll then prove to see who is going to roll over with the game, I reckon.
Having a very good year, Vanderweel. But no, good pickup, Jazz. They've been able to maintain possession and then kick it away to a none on two. They may get lucky because McDonald was well positioned. And now putting pressure on the handball as Zielinski's wrapped up by Day. So you've got Thompson up front, who's been well held. Further forward, you've got Grace Bradley as well. Almost kicking in danger from Wedding, centre half back. Tees finds herself in space, couldn't hold on. Pressure from Stallard. Nice, well, I was about to call it a scoop, but that's illegal. Liesi. Touched in flight. Beautifully run onto by McMillan. 2-on-1 contest. The one wins. You've got to applaud the defence. Jess Riley. 19-year-old, played for Redland Victoria Point Juniors. Commentator's curse applies. McMillan, interesting call, goes to Day. Day could run in herself. Thompson's calling her through. Katie Day on the angle, swings from right to left. Margin back to one. Katie Day on the board.
Yeah, that was a good little intercept play by Jessie, shutting that one down here on the wing, and then using the 2-1 advantage. Very smart by Katie there.
So thinking of Coorparoo coaching staff, so Jess Riley takes a wonderful intercept mark at the back. What were her options from that kick? I mean, she went wide and basically Jessie McMillan was there to snaffle it. Is that a case of maybe the Coorparoo midfield needed to push back a bit more and give her some support?
Yeah, I think it was still quite congested on the inside of the ground or the corridor because of the play before. So I think it's just when you look up, you want to see people leading, and I suppose using the wings is your best bet of getting out and on the run. So potentially, that second to push back a bit.
Jazz Carla injured, Aspley Hornet. Drafted to the commentary box today.
I'm excited to be here.
Excited to have you. Jazz also an emerging coach and a teacher, so during the week she's known as Miss.
Yes, the kids love that.
Or Miss kind of have an extension.
Oh, a bit of that.
Tees at the back of the pack. Tried to flick it up to Roberts White. Got there eventually via unconventional means. Not quite cleaned up at the back. That might have been plumped in again. Back to Tees. She'll go inside 50. Seemed to be touched in flight. Mark not taken anyway by Chesterfield. Chesterfield found a way out. Will hook it. Took a weird bounce, and for one moment I thought it went in front of the behind post.
Yeah,
the back.
That was unlucky. She did the hard work early and used her body great, and then cleaned up after that handball. Just couldn't execute there.
Coorparoo calls the turnover outside the 50. Was heading towards Wynn. She knocked it forward. They've got numbers. Went through the hands of Scheffler. Vanderweel at the back had the ball stripped from her arms, but did enough to cause the stoppage.
Coops look like they're kind of setting up a bit of a wall now. outside. It's 1v1 on the forwards and defenders, but I think they've snuck a midi out here, so we'll see what goes on.
What goes on is a bit of gymnastics and somersaulting as Isla Federhugic tried to hurdle over Gabby Roberts. Maybe you've done that at training, I'm not sure. Plumpton finds a way outside 50, but not the most accurate kick, and picked off by Jasmine Fretwell. Just came off the top of the boot, goes to a 1-on-2. Dufty had it and didn't realise she had it. Picks it up anyway, got the handball out wide. Strong tackle, was their prior opportunity. Umpire says no, and I'm happy with that decision. Because it's all about me.
It is pretty congested there.
Eventually cleared airily, and good mark taken by Wedding. Again, just keeps it pretty much wide, bit of a 45-degree angle, and Liesi had time for lunch before that came down. Was looking for Stallard. He's had to come a long way back to get into the action. Hunt, first time on the ball today. And messy ball as Fretwell gets involved for Coorparoo. Hunt did well, tried to get it back to O'Flaherty. Clancy Dillon got in the way. Zinna Federhugic in the number 25 for Coorparoo, playing her 50th match for Coorparoo in all grades today, so congratulations, Zinna. Her older sister, Isla, brought up her 50th game for Coorparoo last week. And Maddie Carl was telling me before the game, it's always annoying when little sisters copy you. McMillan. Trying to get a response out of Jazz. I got barely anything. Fretwell. Turns play around, but kicked it into space. Good work coming back from Hess. Coorparoo again with inside 50. So I think Aspley have as many goals as inside 50, so the conversion rate's great. Scheffler, aerial handball to Roberts White. Hunted down by Hunt. No pun intended. I said hunted before I realised who it was. Roberts White. Back to Millen. Millen off the side of the boot. May work out. That was good defensive work in order to be able to create the opportunity for Pulteney to clear. Lands in a pack. Spills out wide for Depot. Depot today was quick to get it on the boot, and Zinna Federhugic was equally quick to block it. Stallard moving forward, and then with the tackle over the shoulder. Free kick to Alyssa Wedding. Missed opportunity there, Jazz?
Yeah, it was, unfortunately. We had the numbers and then just couldn't win the ball.
That ball just seemed to drop in the middle of the pack. McCall will be pinged. And the tackle was strong from Talena Nissen. Nissen looking for the lead from Fraser, was well tracked by Pittman. McCall goes sprawling in the background. She's back up. Pittman goes sprawling in the foreground. Fraser says, "What did I do?" And Tyler Hickson says, "You know exactly what you did." Umpires for today brought to you by Bradnam's Windows and Doors. In the field we had Oliver Truloff and Tyler Hickson. On the boundary, Benjamin Goff and Connor Campbell. And in goal, Harper Eyre and Roy McLennan.
Yeah, another turnover there. We're just not using our ball great when we are getting those marks or those frees. I think we're trying to take the wing and the game on, but I just don't think we're having much presence up the ground.
And of course the danger if you don't get it right is if they take the next mark, then you have what Carly Hess has here, which is a set shot, albeit on a 45-degree angle. Just scoops it, didn't back herself with the distance. And now Coorparoo have a 3-on-none. Nissen, excellent hand from Liesi, who seems to have dropped back into defence this quarter. Well, Liesi's made a few important interventions already in this quarter. Knocked out wide past Wynn, Pittman. Semi-cleared by Roberts over the head of McMillan, who read that weird bounce very well. Comes back over the head of Depot. There is space if she can get there first. Didn't get great bounces. Tried to get away from Wedding. Wedding held her feet and did well. Knocked through to Vetter. Vetter brought down by Wedding.
Yeah, the pressure's been great by Coorparoo today. I'm finding that they're Clyde on Aspley nearly every opportunity we get the ball, so credit to them there.
I must confess I'm used to seeing Rachel Vetter wiggle out of those tackles more often than she's called.
Yes, I'd agree.
So again, Coorparoo attacked up the right, this time returned by Hunt, not her best kick of her career, but goes through today. It's a 1-on-2, and Jess Riley was all over it.
Yeah, Coops had lots of presence behind the ball there. Katie was lucky to get it out, and then unfortunately it was a 2v1 down the line.
Still the right option, or was there an infield option that maybe Katie could have taken there?
We do like using the corridor, and especially when our wings are out there and dangerous, so hopefully we will see more of that.
Thank you. Well, it won't be till after they change direction. Quarter time. It is a tight game. Coorparoo own the territory. They do not own the scoreboard. Aspley, 1-6, trailed.
Did you know Bond students have been in every Olympics since '92? How do they do it? Bond is known for its prowess in the sporting domain. With incredible facilities throughout campus, it means you can easily transition from this to this. Sport is alive and well at Bond University.
So second quarter, Oliver Truloff getting us underway. There is a bit of wind about today. It's sort of blowing away from the camera, sort of from the bottom left to the top right of your screen, as Emily Harding has a free kick in the middle of the field. And so they get the first bit of forward momentum. Just off the hands of Higgins, Meg Muir, given plenty of protection from Talena Nissen, goes up towards centre half forward. What a one-handed mark from Pittman. I'm not surprised, I'm just impressed.
No, she is so strong for us back there. She's always leading by example, and I look up to her very muchly.
It's a big comment coming from you, because there are people who look up to you. Tees turns it around, and well picked off by Roberts. Another one who looks up to Pittman, I'm sure. In fact, she said so in this week's Aspley match program.
Yes. Gabs has just come out of nowhere. We actually highlighted her earlier on in the year about an emerging leader. So she's just stepped up into our leadership program over the past month, which is super exciting. Yeah.
Another one who's on her way to being a teacher, I understand.
Yes, she is.
I still think there should be a selection trial in this comp. Physiotherapists versus teachers. It would be a fantastic match. As Roberts White goes inside 50. Edie Fraser went for a one-handed mark. Maybe that's in her future. Got the ball, turned back around towards centre half forward. Poltman didn't quite get it away. Went from Scheffler. Chesterfield.
Oh.
She'll score more than she misses from that range, Chelsea Chesterfield.
Yeah, those ones will sting you in a game. You've got to kind of snatch those ones up every opportunity you can.
One of the leading goal scorers in the history of this competition, Chelsea Chesterfield. She's up to 83, including the winner against Southport last week. And McMillan, that's the kind of lead that maybe we didn't see so much in the first quarter. Over the back of Compton. McDonald went without it, but was back on her feet to wrap up Fretwell, as was Stallard. He's on 80 goals in this competition. This is match number 52. About the first half dozen of those were played at halfback. McMillan. Accidental torpedo into the middle of the field. Zinafeta Huggage managed to get away from Vetter. Schneider towards Tees. The marking today has been strong from both sides. Tees just out of reach of Muir. Roberts White will run around McDonald. Roberts White on a weird angle. Grace Roberts White across everything. Somehow curls. For a moment I thought it was going to stay in. Shows the power of a good, strong contested mark in order to be able to, if you've drawn the defence to take the mark, and then you can release players on the outside.
Yeah, well, it's that quick play on that usually stings a lot of people. It's that quick proactive game where you're like, you got to get it and go.
So Arla Feta-Huggage got it forward, intercepted, didn't go 15, but Vanderwill read it extremely well. Day charged down by Schneider. Handball back to Fraser. Fraser, the snap comes off the top of the boot, went towards Nissen, got it at the second grab. Back to Schneider. She goes to the goal square. This may clear everything. Scheffler had to go for it. Came off her hands. Boundary throw in. Probably a better result than a behind.
Yeah, definitely for Coorparoo, I think. Aspley, we're wanting a behind in that situation just to be able to clear it out.
So just the one scoring shot in this quarter so far is Roberts White. Applies the cuddle to Katie Day pretty well straight away.
Brock's been pretty 50-50 today, which is good to see. It's always nice when it's super competitive in the inside there and no real...
Yes. There's Tees, first choice ruck. Got an intercept mark, put it away to Schneider and then to Wynn. Now Wynn has a decent range. She'll kick this from about 40. Don't put a red line through it until it's landed. Dufty reached up ahead of Scheffler, turned it over, outside of the boot from Nissen! Talena Nissen! Read the ball drop perfectly. Check side from the left pocket. Outstanding goal from Talena Nissen.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of leading on to what I was saying with like that quick play on game. They're always on their feet, moving around, ready to go. So I think that's probably potentially Aspley are a bit more flat-footed. So that one will definitely sting.
Is the only way to stop a goal like that to prevent the shot in the first place? Because, I mean, the ball was in her hands for about a nanosecond there.
Yeah, I almost thought Mon had the mark, and then she's just slipped it unfortunately, but she'll get the next one, hopefully.
Well, Katie Day's moved on the ball, gets it inside 50 to DePoe, who had it and then lost it. Zielinski took the opportunity, tease, out towards Schneider, who's been very involved so far, runs away from Tallis. He's a very similar player to Schneider. I wouldn't mind betting that Tallis could watch Lucy Schneider and learn how to build a career. Well picked up by McMillan, who again is breaking up the possessions. Liesi moved out of defence onto the ball, was able to get it back to Higgins. McMillan again. Now moving wide. Fretwell able to get around Stallard. Well done by Fretwell into space. McDonald tried to bump Nissen away and came off second best. Higgins. Back outside to McMillan. The handball's from Van der Weel. McMillan again out towards Stallard. Takes her time to look for a target. Goes over the head of DePoe. Spins away towards Vetter. The Coorparoo defences combine well. Zielinski, that'll be out in the full. And the pressure was excellent from Vetter.
Yeah.
For the last decade.
Yeah, she's great at that pressure. I'm just going to see what Aspley are going to do here and how they're going to move the ball.
Well, they've elected to go corridor first. And they've got away with it, but you can't say that was by design. Tallis. Checks out inside 50, was looking for Thompson, didn't quite find the target. Causes the stoppage.
We are very dangerous when we go through that midfield corridor, especially when we've got our halfbacks running off like Gabs and Span, so they are very dangerous. We just need to see more of that and more opportunities to see that in the game.
So Tallis had the shot. It's a loose ball. Day tried to get around, tried to just hook it with the foot from the right pocket. Tallis didn't have any space. Had the distance for a shot on goal. That'll just be a boundary throw-in.
Very congested there in the forward line. I think we've got all mids from both teams in there right now.
So Liesi's hanging back. Vetter is hanging back. Tees got it over the head of Zielinski via a hand. Well picked up by Roberts, playing that high halfback role that Jazz Carl was just mentioning. Different context, but yeah, I was listening. Liesi. Because one of the disappointing things about having you injured, Jazz, is having both Lucia and you in the middle just gives, first of all, skill and speed, but also size in the middle. So glad to have you here, but disappointed you're not out there.
Yeah, no, we do connect really well in there, and I love playing with Lucia, so she's definitely stepped it up a bit since me being out, which is great to see.
Roberts White taken over the boundary. So a 9-point lead to Coorparoo, but it has been a tight game. And Aspley's showing that if they can find a way into the finals, because as things stand, and holding the ball, so the free kick comes back to, Flaherty. Sorry, I'm just hesitating because she's normally on the left-hand side and she's out on the right, confusing me. Inside 50, Vetter knocked it down one-handed. Strong work from Zina Federhagic at the back. Just a ball up. Be a third place sixth in the first week of the finals, so it could be these two teams again.
Yeah, and that'll be another good contest like what we're seeing today.
It was kicked outside 50 by Clancy Dillon. I think she had a jersey being tugged as she was on her way out. Well taken by Fraser. Just out of the hands of Scheffler. Two of the 15-year-olds combining. Knocked away by Dufty, but there was some pushing and shoving which Tyler Hickson could see from a mile away. And the free kick comes back to, is that McCall?
Yeah.
Thank you. Handballs to Pittman. Dropped by Tallis, well picked up by DePoe. Just got the stray hand from Zielinski. It's not a free kick, but it hurt.
I really just want to see us use this wing and the wide spread of the game a bit more, because we're just so dangerous when we use the outside. We just can't get it clean from the Coorparoo players. Well, that's one thing we're always looking for, either the dangerous corridor or out wide. So I'd like to see that come in soon.
Oh, well, Hornets at their best. The other thing you do is switch between the two at will and sort of stretch the opposition and break them like a jelly snake.
I think that's what we need to do in this game as well, because Coorparoo are very switched on when we're not having...
Oh, dear, poor Mon. An excellent netballer. She once won footy and netball grand finals in the same day, and for a second there, she just forgot which sport she was playing.
That'll be funny, because I did say something that when I was coming up here...
Sorry, the mark inside 50. Sorry, Jess.
No, you're right. We'll see. Yeah, no, Mon was like, "Oh, make sure you mention me before the game." So that's funny that she's gone and done that, because there's her big mention.
Take it. Oh, Hess bumped off it strongly by Pulteney.
That one looked like it hurt a bit.
It did. I think Pulteney hurt herself as well. She's a very good player, Pulteney, but she's it's not much of her. Fraser trying to spin around Pittman. And back inside the tees. Aspley have shut it down well on the outside. They've pushed Coorparoo back about 30 metres. Knocked over was Bradley. Played for Bond Uni for several years back late last decade. It's moving gradually further north. O'Flaherty and McMillan playing the 1-2. They've done that a few times this season since they've been inside midfielders together. And then Meg Muir takes the mark one-legged.
Yeah, she read that one well there.
Pittman with one of the easier marks she'll take in her career.
Yeah, we don't mind those ones, though. Going wide.
Comes out to Stallard.
And then there's not a lot of presence up. We've got a couple of spare Coorparoo players back here, so... Oh, we found Anna in the mid. That's great.
Vanderwiel does move into space well, usually. And this has probably been the best year she's played since her return.
Yes, definitely. She's really stepped it up, and especially off that half-back, she's starting to play some really exciting footy and will hopefully be a contender for our BNF this year as well.
Yes. The Taylor Harris medal here. As Aspley threw a couple of strong kicks, have moved it to about 55 out. Stallard staying near the contest, just trying to subtly wander forward. Oh. That looked over the shoulder, and I think the umpire might have been blindsided there. Just on the wrong angle.
Oh, I'm biting my tongue a little bit sitting here.
I get paid to be diplomatic.
That's all right. I'll try.
Off the shins.
Keep my mouth shut on a few things, but no, we do respect the umpires very highly. We can't play a game with footy without them.
Well done, you got there. Coorparoo inside 50. Scheffler moving forward, looking for Chesterfield. Chesterfield marks, thought about playing on. McCall did her best, but Chesterfield positioned her body extremely well.
I think that just came from a bit of transition, or poor transition from Aspley. We're so good at moving it up here, and then unfortunately that quick turnover, we couldn't match up on them.
So Chelsea Chesterfield, a very reliable set shot. Missed a fairly simple shot in general play before, but drains the set shot. Coorparoo go further ahead. They lead by 15 in the 15th minute of the second quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Aspley jump off this one now. We're really going to have to get a nice clearance out of the midfield here to kind of stop that Coorparoo momentum.
So two things there. Firstly, now the change in momentum came from the ball up that you don't think should have existed. So, but, I mean, there are times in a player's career where you get the free kick and you think, oh, we were lucky there. They've made it count. So, full credit to them there. The second thing is, and I'm sort of asking about the inner workings of the Aspley side here, when you're suddenly a couple of goals down, who are the players in the middle who are the ones who G people up? Like the ones who, I mean, you know, one of them's you, but who at the moment is sort of really trying to get the Aspley fired up a bit.
Yeah, that would be probably Lucia the most. I think she just comes with a lot of experience playing in there, and she's leads by a lot of example, so she doesn't always have to say a lot, but it's just the way she moves around the ground and presents herself overall.
Thank you, as McMillan read the ball drop very well, goes deep inside 50, and now Aspley have a set shot of their own through the master in recent years of the set shot, Jess Stallard.
And that is, what we wanted to see out of the midfield. It was all body one-on-one, and Lucia was using her body well, enabling Jessie to drive through there. It's a bit of that teamwork, what we do when we don't have the ball, I suppose.
I think you also got the bit between the teeth and thought, right, yeah, that's right, we're big, strong people. Let's throw it around a bit.
Yeah.
So Stallard, it's been a tough year for her, but she's battled through. That's swinging. She's read that beautifully. That is vintage Jess Stallard. And Aspley hit back very, very quickly.
Yeah, we will take that, and she loves her celebrations, and she's pumped up now, so it's exciting to see her out there enjoying her footy, because she has had a pretty interrupt year, and she's booked in for some surgery on her foot, unfortunately, at the end of the year, so she's carrying that she's had some cortisol shots during the week, so we've managed to get her out in the field today, which is great, so she'll be stoked with that goal.
And I did her a disservice before. I couldn't read my own stats. That's her 91st goal in this competition. I think we're up to... There's a few that have made it this year. I think we're up to about 15 players now that have 100 goals. Rachel Vedder's on 97.
Oh, wow.
So I expect all of you to go off your tree when she reaches that milestone.
Yeah, that's good to know, actually.
But the game has just opened up. Tees gets the better of the hit out. And Plumpton's punch wasn't quite as effective as she wanted. Fraser has been working hard, nearly a bit of friendly fire with Nissen. And that allowed the Aspley defence to recover. As Grounds has brought to ground. I am a dad, but I've not meant to say Grounds brought to ground and Hunt on the hunt today. They were both accidents. Schneider did well against Higgins. She'll go straight up the guts. Didn't quite find the target. Chesterfield was being tracked by McCall. Just got a disposal away. McCall with a second and third effort did very well. McDonald, pelted by Roberts-White. Finds some space. Grace Roberts-White! She is dangerous. And this match has really come to life in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I can feel my knee starting to tapping underneath the table here. I'm getting a bit excited to see how close and competitive it is. So obviously Michelle is out there right now, but I can't be. So I've found my new role up here.
We can hear the frustration in your voice, Jazz. Was there much more that Ellen McCall could have done in that situation? No, I think she was holding up her role. Was there a player out of position that allowed Grace to get through, or was it just one of those things?
Yeah, potentially, but I think mainly just one of those things. We've got to just match up and keep that match up.
There's a reason she's made the Queensland side the last couple of years, Grace Roberts-White. Usually as an inside mid, now rotates through half forward and on the ball.
Yeah, and got a bit of speed behind her.
And if she doesn't make AFLW, she's qualified to play for Ireland, so she might go play International Cup one day. Now, Aspley inside 50 was well picked up by Lunson, usually a winger, but working well in defence. Hunt returns with interest, looking for Stallard again. She's back.
You can hear the excitement on the bench as the girls are getting up and about, so it's always good when you take a nice mark like that in the 50.
We often do have extra commentators here at Automall Aspley Oval, and most of them are down below the comm box. But Jess Stallard, now just to the right of goal. And the wind is blowing as she looks at the goal from left to right. Nailed the last one. Distance okay. Just underestimated the wind, I suspect.
Aspley really need to lock it in here and take that opportunity to try and snag up another one.
So well outside 50, good clearance from Coorparoo, and they've been able to regain possession. Went through the hands of Clancy Dillon, got away from Hunt, support from Muir. Muir, big clearance to the one-on-one, Fraser and McCall. McCall kept her feet well, and then got luck of the first bounce and horror of the second bounce. Very entertaining second quarter. Coorparoo had the best of it. They scored 3 goals to 1, but Aspley, well, Jess Stallard appears to be finding her mojo once again. Coorparoo 4-3-27, lead Aspley 2-1-13. Thank you wherever you're watching from, around Australia, around the world, around the universe, here on the official AFLW YouTube channel.
Inside this building is a simulated hospital ward, a high-tech biomechanics lab, a commercial kitchen, and a whole virtual home. Let's explore the new Bond Institute of Health and Sport in just 61 seconds. This is the 12-bed simulation hospital ward. From day one, Bond students gain hands-on experience in allied health and exercise science. This is the Work Play Lab, which gives students the opportunity to provide occupational therapy for our youngest, while the Activities of Daily Living Lab simulates a full home environment, giving students the chance to practice mobility work with our wisest. From sprinting to golf swings, this track can track it. Using pressure sensors and high-speed cameras, it can analyze anything from age-related conditions to elite sports training. Wow. The kitchen lab has solar-powered sustainable cooking stations, giving postgrad nutrition and dietetic students access to commercial-grade equipment.
Thank you.
Why don't you come and check out the Bond Institute of Health and Sport for yourself? Did you know Bond students have been in every Olympics since '92? How do they do it? I've got 61 seconds to race you through the life of a student in the Bond Elite Sport program. Strap in. Bond is known for its prowess in the sporting domain, supporting student athletes like Mia. Student athletes have access to flexible study loads, adjusted academic requirements, and tutoring. The top tier of student athletes even receive funding to assist with their travel and competition costs. Bond also runs 4 high-performance sporting programs that field competitive teams. There's netball, rugby, AFL, and swimming. With incredible facilities throughout campus, it means you can easily transition from this to this. Whether it's producing world-class athletes or offering scholarships to high-achieving students every single year, sport is alive and well at Bond University.
It's a cool day here at Castlederm at Aldermall Aspley Oval, but it's bright and sunny, and the football became quite sparkling in the latter part of that second quarter. Coorparoo 4-3-27, leading Aspley 2-1-13. The goal scorers for Aspley were Katie Day in the first quarter and Jess Stallard in the second. For Coorparoo, Rose Clancy-Dillon scored in the opening minute of the match, and then in the second quarter, Talena Nissen, Chelsea Chesterfield and Grace Roberts-White. My name is Daniel Viles. With me in commentary today is former Williamstown Seagull, current Aspley Hornet, Jazz Kawa. Jazz has just been down in the Aspley rooms. Jazz, tell me everything Luke Blacken said. I mean, tell me your opinion about what Aspley could do in this second quarter, in this second.
Yeah, no, I think a few changes, as you'll see. Emma Pittman has been brought into the midfield, which is exciting. So,
which you've done before this year, so
yeah,
away there. Yeah.
No. But vibes from both teams are up. Like, it's anyone's game here, and the Aspley girls are super keen, and so were the Coops out there just then. So we're in for a nice half of footy.
Indeed, thank you. And if I was to pick Ben McKenzie's brain at the moment, the Coorparoo coach, I'd say, when you keep Aspley in the middle, you've contained them. It's when you let them break wide that you're having problems. So prevent that and you're away. So Aspley beginning playing Pity in the middle. Renee Tees up against Mon Dufty. Then a holding free kick has gone straight away to Lucia Liesi, who started to impose herself late in that second quarter. Inside 50, just landed in front of Stallard. Couple of weird bounces. Feta Hugic providing Shepherd. Didn't quite work. McMillan was able to break away. Her shot's off target. Thompson trying to get there. Boundary thrown in a very handy position for the Hornets. Am I right in saying that's the first quarter that Aspley's begun with forward momentum?
Yes. And that's what we want to see. We did speak about that and that physicality in the midfield, so it's nice that we've actually come out and done it.
Stallard in the ruck, semi-cleared by, might have been Lunson back there. Dufty just got boot to balls. Zinafeta Hugic towards the boundary, battling with Katie Day. Day, very physical player, wins the boundary throw-in, if boundary throw-ins are things you can win.
Seeing her in the forward line a lot today. Hasn't chopped in the midfield yet, so will be exciting to see, hopefully, if they do give her a run in there.
I think she's top 10 in the comp for disposals at the moment. There's Tees, tried to hang it out, got it to Roberts wide, only went about 7 or 8 metres, and well tackled by O'Flaherty. Today's her 60th game in the competition, Holly O'Flaherty, still only 21.
Yeah, she's a very exciting player to watch and obviously very dangerous on her left foot, so I've loved playing a bit of footy with her this year.
I have no trouble believing you. Dufty knocked it back, Chelsea Wynn read it well. Trying to find a way through, didn't really find it. And fumbling around in defence, Muir tried to get it back to Tees. Picked off by Liesi. Kick off the left foot didn't quite work the way she wanted. Loose ball inside 50. Spins past Roberts White. O'Flaherty blocking the path. Again spins out, this time towards Tallis. Being tracked by Schneider. Day gets back. Slips off a tackle. Will get it towards the goal square. Stallard! And she read that superbly. Alyssa Wedding thought it was about to land in her lap, and suddenly the ball dropped. Almost as though Stallard had the opposite magnet to the football.
Yeah, and I think the exciting thing is you can see Aspley have probably picked it up a notch, and they're the ones that are being all over the ball and our movement and our using each other. So it's exciting to see.
Jess Stallard. She's 1-1 from set shots so far today. She's 2-1. Game on at Aldermall Aspley Oval.
And she loves the double cobra as well, so she's always flexing her muscles, that one.
Well, if you got them to flex, what's that like?
Oh, I can't really say. I don't have that much.
No, but you can run half marathons. I haven't asked about your running yet today, so. But your running career has been noted. Yeah, and I can missing it a lot. Obviously, being 6 weeks only, not back running yet, so I'm counting the weeks to quickly because that'll be a game changer as soon as I can. Be patient, grasshopper. Be patient.
I know.
So Aspley reduced the margin to 8, but Coorparoo hit back swiftly in the second quarter. Chesterfield knocks it forward. Wynn had the inside 50 before that. Knocked sideways by McDonald. Roberts White working hard. Grabs it at the bottom of the pack. McDonald kept her feet. Roberts White still finding a way to move it wide. Breaks away. Roberts White with a shot. Beats everyone touched. That was an important touch from Vanderweel. She's basically saved her team 5 points.
Yeah, and Coorparoo was super quick to get that out of the midfield. I think that Aspley just got caught flat-footed.
Yeah, once you've done the double cobra, you've got to step back on. Dufty appealing for a 50 as a player did run through the mark. Other umpires may have given it. Finds McMillan. Play progresses.
Definitely got more...
Don't think that's where she was aiming it. And Arla Federhagic took a very strong contested mark. And there's a certain irony in Arla Federhagic telling a player on the mark to step back. If you know, you know. Inside 50, well swept by Vanderweel. And then if the inside of the boot, that is beautiful to watch. Higgins.
Oh, she is a sneaky player there, Anna, and she loves those little cheeky kicks, so special mention to you there, Span.
Hess knocked it back inside 50 as Aspley weren't able to maintain possession. They have another go now. Liesi will go long. Coming out wide looking for Bradley. Out of reach of Muir. Muir finding a way. Good support from Tees. The handball didn't quite work. Muir was hit very hard after the play. Federhagic. That'll land at a contest. Roberts White. From the back came Roberts. Didn't quite land in the right place. Dufty tries to charge through. And I wonder how many Coorparoo Kings she could have carried on that walk.
Oh, she's a strong girl, man.
Up against Tees in the ruck. Spun away from everyone. Towards McMillan. Zigzags her way through. Nearly took on too much. Back to Dufty. Clever. McMillan. Dufty. Forward looking for Day. Punched by Wedding. Day trying to find Thompson. Gets it over the back of Riley. Thompson needs a good bounce. Finds one. Gets a snap. Lucy Thompson needs a good bounce. Got a fantastic bounce. Lucy Thompson with the off break. It's a 2-point game.
Oh, wow. That just put the biggest smile on my dial. I am a close friend of Lucy, and that's just, yeah, what an effort there, though, from coming off nearly half back. We had Jessie using some great speed and footwork, which she's known for, and then Mon's been working on her kicking, so I have a beautiful kick down to Katie, and that's perfect. What we need is that kick over the top on the run, so that was a very nice play, and super proud of Aspley there.
I will say that when Mon played that beautiful little dummy and stepped around her opponent, the sounds downstairs were as much surprised as they were impressed. Like, I've got to be honest there.
Yeah, I know. We don't know what Mon can do sometimes. She'll pull some stuff out, but always good stuff and always surprising.
Plumpton at the ball drop. Goes inside 50 to a contest. A few Coorparoo defenders got in each other's way. Pushed outside 50, Federhagic, and this is where she gets the bit between her teeth. One of the most competitive players in the competition. And she works as a lawyer, so it's kind of in the blood. Tees with an excellent block. Harding. Roberts White clears. Picked off by O'Flaherty. Couldn't hold on. Was tracked by Chelsea Wynn. The tackling is strong. Roberts White's work rate, it's hard to say 3 times, is picked up. Inside 50. Tangle of arms and legs. Day. Day from a long way out. Stallard does not know how she marked that.
And then there's Katie again. Like, I actually caught her at half-time and said, hey, just go out there and keep doing what you do well, and that's your footwork and your knowledge for the game. So there she's just made 2 big things for us. So, yeah, hats off to you, Katie.
And Katie, another one who started her career at Coorparoo a long time ago now. So Stallard has 2 for the day. The legend of Jess Stallard continues to grow. And for the first time today, Aspley has the lead.
Yeah, and Sharky will let you know that when she's kicked a goal, because you can hear her from the clubhouse down the end. She gets that excited and up and about. So, I mean, it is footy, and it's a thing we love. So if you weren't celebrating like that, then I'm not sure you're in the right space.
No, she's definitely a vein popper, is Jess Stallard. And as I say, now up to 93 goals in this competition. I know why I said 80 before. It's 83 now for Aspley, but she had 10 for UQ before she came here. So 93 career goals. but she is by far the all-time leading goal kicker for Aspley and the Bond University QAFLW. McDonald, that's some slick hands in the middle. Pittman, and the move of Pittman to the middle, even if she hasn't had her hands on the ball all that much, appeals for hold, but I don't think Zina had prior opportunity, and she did manage to get rid of it. Millen had it knocked away from her. Roberts-White just got away from Tallis. Picked off by McDonald. Playing very high. I'm assuming she's still technically playing centre half back, but she has moved up a lot higher. Put forward by, I think, Hunt. Away from Day. Hits the deck, trying to get away from Federhugic. Depot helping out. Coorparoo finding a way out. Out of bounds, touch, just a boundary throwing. So 3 goals in 6 minutes for the Aspley Hornets. 2 to Stallard, 1 to Thompson.
I've seen the change. So they've, put Pity into the mid, and we've got Holly actually off the half back. So,
which is where she began when she was at Wilston Grange a few years back. Nearly a brilliant intercept mark, and in fact Zina Federhugic has been paid, and she must have got it on the way down. That's superb from Zina. Found Clancy Dillon, who did well under the attention of O'Flaherty. But I was going to say before, even if Pittman doesn't get her hands on the ball that much, just the vocal direction that she gives in the middle would be invaluable, I'd imagine.
Yes, she's always talking and always using her voice. That's just that natural leader in her.
Probably does the same when she's leading a coffee house as well. Well picked off by Wedding. Aspley probably guilty of kicking to a stationary target. Wedding saw that and said, that's mine. And she was right. And well taken by Nissen.
Bit of height difference there, so that's unfortunate by Holly.
And just to balance you out, very fortunate for Coorparoo. Back to Roberts-White. Back through the legs of Harding. Millen was working around the back. O'Flaherty working further around the back. Able to clear, not with any great direction. 2-on-1 as Tees tries to keep Stallard out of the action. Allows Hunt to get in. Just got the handball back to McDonald. Nearly broke the tackle. Just got fist to ball. Hunt back to McDonald. Bit of a moon ball and kicked away.
Yeah, Coorparoo setting up well behind the ball there. They had 2 spare, which they've been great on that today. So hopefully they just keep doing that.
Good pick up, Jess. Thank you. So Aspley working hard in their own 50. They've been able to get 2 or 3 passes out of their 50, but it has come back the last few times. Here's a stat coming into today's match. For players with 100 disposals or more in this competition, the player with the highest disposal efficiency, Emma McDonald. About 81.5%, I think she was going at.
There you go.
Anna Vanderweel's up there as well. I think she's top 10. Roberts-White. Back to Schneider. Schneider will propel this forward. Diving mark from Chesterfield.
Yeah, that was good setup behind the ball there by Lucy, and she shows great leadership when she's out on the field as well. So those quick hands out the back to a good leading target.
Something that women's teams are doing a lot more, I find, is just having the players sitting behind and using them, going back to go forward. And yes, I've seen you be part of that.
It definitely does help open up the game, and you see it from a different view as well.
So Chelsea Chesterfield looks to be off the outside of the boot. She misses to the right. A rare miss from Chelsea.
Coorparoo will be looking to lock it in here, which they do have numbers outside the 50, which is great. It'll just be where Aspley decide to go to kick it out.
I'll keep a question as Vanderweel goes for a run and picked out McDonald. Roberts-White, well, she had a hand over the shoulder but broke away. Advantage was paid. Lunson heading back. One player I haven't seen on the ball yet, but I'm going to mention her because it's her debut today. Emily Doherty in the number 41 jersey for Coorparoo. Congratulations on making your senior debut today. Another 15-year-old, so may it be the first of many more. In fact, there she is with the green headgear now. Cleared by McCall and picked off by Muir. Muir just needed a kind bounce. Did she get a push in the back? Umpire says no. Hunt with the tackle. Roberts-White again. Kicked it straight into the pits of O'Flaherty. Got it right in the O.
Both teams have really picked up the intensity and the physicality on each other. So, yeah, it's definitely starting to be some exciting footy.
Liesi with the handball. McDonald's been very involved. Depoe up against Wedding. Wedding with the punch. Good results for Coorparoo.
Yeah, this kind of spot in the ground is where Aspley's struggling to get it past. So Coorparoo are building that wall and playing some really good one-on-one footy. So Aspley just need a nice clearing kick.
Clancy Dillon wrapped up. As Pittman showing the value of her move into the middle as much defensively as attackingly. I refuse to say offensively, that's an American word. McDonald back into the ruck position where she played for Sherwood and South Queensland in recent years.
Yeah, I'm just looking around the ground and it's just even across. We've got 1v1 matchups perfectly.
Which I know both sides like to play expansively, but I think it's almost out of respect as Millen goes inside 50, comes off a few pairs of hands. Chesterfield trying to get away from Vanderweel. Vanderweel closed down the angle very well, ends up with the football, clears it, not particularly well directed, lands just behind Millen. Wedding unable to hold on. Aspley with the numbers, Coorparoo with the will. Wedding gets a second opportunity. Tallis just went a little bit high with the tackle, got away with it. Hunt through towards Vetter. Vetter able to get around Fretwell. Handball to Stallard. Plays the 1-2. Vetter inside 50. Looking for Day. Day will mark about 45 out. Plays on. Looking for Thompson. The bounce is horrible. Gives Zielinski and Vetter Hugic time to get back. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. I'm going to say it was the wrong option, but I'm a big fat bloke and sitting in an air-conditioned box.
Oh, that was a nice passage of play there from Aspley. It just takes that one kick over the top, which I was talking about before.
Knock towards Stallard to Day! Day! The angle was so acute. But she found a way. Aspley by 8.
That's just given Katie some rewards for her efforts. She's been working super hard across that high forward and then setting up a few goals, so it's nice for her to get another one on the table there.
There's a few players in the competition for which I wish we kept statistics for assists or score involvements, because I reckon Katie Day, as well as the one she scored, and she's got 15 this year, but the number of goals where she is involved that Aspley score, I said she'd be on top of that particular table for your team. Feel free to disagree.
No, I definitely agree with her. She's one to always be there working hard for her teammates and to give that best option for sure.
Was one of the stars, in fact, one best and fairest in a fairly poor Wilston Grange side back in 2021. Went to UQ and won a premiership. Then went to Victoria, was Collingwood VFLW's best and fairest last year as Plumpton weaves her way through the middle. Just inside 50. Almighty crunch, and Feta Huggett just come down with that.
Yeah, I think she got a bit of a knock to her nose and as well as she was grabbing that, but a great mark there.
Now, Feta Huggett is one of those players where if she hits the ground heavily, I check the ground because I know she'll be fine. And just to balance it up, Lucia is another one I feel pretty much the same way about.
Yeah. Nah, she's been a crucial part across their back line there today, and she's taken a few strong defensive marks and definitely saved a few opportunities for Aspley.
As Muir hooks the ball over the pack, Fraser fighting her way through. O'Flaherty stood her ground, came up with the ball and then broke away. Hunt, wrong time to play on. Gets away with it. Coaches have different attitudes towards players who play on. Sometimes it's like, okay, you've got to calm down, and sometimes it's like, okay, it didn't work, but I like the way you're thinking. So, not quite sure which side of the fence Mr. Glacken sits.
Yeah, it's definitely dependent on where the game's at, I reckon, and it's always good, like you said, to play on, but it's nice to let your forward line and your players set up. That's why we hold on there.
Just game IQ, I suppose. Are you finding that's a mistake, for example, you're making less the older you get, where you just get a better sense of when to play on and when not to?
Yeah, definitely found that. I'm a bit experienced now, so I've played a few games, so I can say that.
As Doherty goes inside 50, to a one-on-one. Important knees from Poltny at fullback. Doesn't quite get away with it. The grubber comes in from Hess. Scheffler has front position. Vanderweel checked back. Chesterfield trying to get away. There's a whistle. Free kick to Coorparoo. And I have a feeling it may have been Scheffler. She will win the free kick. She may have been held back after knocking the ball away. How do you see it, Jazz?
Yeah, I think Allah was just holding on a little too long there, but...
Indy Scheffler, and the 15-year-old, in her 8th match, has her 22nd goal. She is a prodigy, Indy Scheffler.
I think you've got to give credit to Hess there. She was the one who gave that kick in and then actually followed up on her work and put that pressure on. So we love kicking goals at the end, but it's that little forward pressure and how the ball got down there is the most important part as well.
Now, the three-quarter time siren is probably not far away, but I am on a big stat watch here. And now this is nerdy, but it's important. 2013, Coorparoo entered the competition. That goal is number 1,599, which is the highest. They will become the first team in the Bond University QAFLW to kick 1,600 goals if they can score, well, the next goal they score, whether it's today or next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping you haven't jinxed it now for them. That is an almighty stat there. Wow.
Got one for Aspley as well as they move through the middle. No, Aspley is currently on 496 goals. So if you can get the 10 today, you'll get the 500. See, I jinx evenly.
Yes, I was going to say that'd be nice. A nice start for both teams by the sound of it then.
There's just been quality football as Liesi got the ball away to McMillan. Inside 50, goes over the back of Stallard. Thompson working hard, knocks it to Stallard. Into space, Fretwell into that space. Has Schneider out wide, finds her, uses her well. Schneider just has to clear somehow. McMillan and Day, I think, maybe just got in each other's eye line. Clancy Dillon will clear, but not particularly effectively. Nissen did extremely well, then held. This will be a free kick to Aspley. What does the clock say? Depot plays on quickly. Looking for a player in the pocket. Important touch from Schneider. Siren beats them. And to be fair, I don't think Depot, for all their talent, could have scored from 52 metres. We've got a classic setup. Aspley, 6-1-37, leading Coorparoo 5-5-35. It is all set up for one of the matches of the season, one of the best matches in Aspley Coorparoo history. They played out a one-point result here in round 1 of 2022. We're on track for something just as exciting here today. Thank you for your company here on the official AFLQ YouTube channel.
Did you know Bond students have been in every Olympics since '92? How do they do it? Bond is known for its prowess in the sporting domain. With incredible facilities throughout campus, it means you can easily transition from this to this. Sport is alive and well at Bond University.
people at AFL Queensland who decide which match we're going to broadcast each week can't read the future. But it's amazing how often we end up with an absolute cracker on air. Maybe the players respond to it. Maybe somehow the big fat bloke turning up means, oh, hang on, we better play our best in this game. But we have a cracker here. Aspley leading by 2 points over Coorparoo. For Aspley, it's 3 goals to Jess Stellard, 1 to Katie Day, 1 to Lucy Thompson. And in fact, I've missed one there. And then for Coorparoo, goals to Clancy Dillon, Nissen, Chesterfield, Roberts White and Scheffler. My name's Daniel Viles. With me is Jazz Kawa. Jazz, I know what you're hoping for. What are you expecting in this quarter?
Oh, I just think some pretty tough, competitive and good contest footy. I think that's shown the last 3 quarters and it's just going to come out again this quarter, I reckon. And
what Jazz was trying to say to me in sign language is 2 goals to Katie Day. Chelsea win out of the middle. She's been doing that for a few years in this comp. McDonald got front position, was nearly taken anyway by possibly Hess. No, it was Nissen, apologies. Again put forward by Wynne. Not quite taken out the back. Holding her feet again is Vanderweel, who's been one of Aspley's best today. Higgins. I know what she was trying to do, but she overhit the kick and turned it over to Tees. If it hadn't gone to Tees, there were 2 others in support. Feta Hugic goes to a contest. Inside 50, hits the deck. Dufty with front position. Roberts White will get sandwiched. Brought to ground by Dufty. Another of Aspley's best today.
Coorparoo have got one set up behind the ball here now, so it'll be interesting to see what Aspley do to work around that.
Well, the first thing they did was try to clear to Pittman. Wedding tried to pick it up one-handed, didn't quite work. Back inside 50, O'Flaherty's the only player near it. She just clears into space and relies on the speed of Katie Day, of which there is plenty. Lucy Schneider, fairly similar amount of speed. Day with the second effort. DePoe fakes the handball, and then a kick on the weaker foot. Went to Zielinski, was looking for Thompson. Zielinski with an excellent sliding mark. Out injured for a fair chunk of this year, Caitlin Zielinski, the former Lions academic, but good to see her back. Keeps it wide. Fraser took it in amongst a whole bunch of Hornets. Clancy Dillon inside 50. Vanderweel looks to have it covered. Has Chesterfield on her back. Had to handball to no one. Nissen looks for space, finds it. Charging onto it is Schneider. Chesterfield! Chesterfield! Away to the left. The margin is halved.
It's funny how you say that about the commentary, just bringing back what you said before the game, because that was one thing I noticed that it made me excited when there was commentary at a game. So,
oh, sure.
Yeah.
Of course, now you know I'm just a big dag. Outside 50. Lands in no woman's land. It's been a great history between these two clubs. Aspley's first game was against Coorparoo in 2019, and they slaughtered them while Coorparoo's side was severely weakened because that was when the AFLW used to overlap. So they won that game by 60, and then in the return clash, Coorparoo had all their good players back. Jessie Wardlaw kicked 7, and they beat Aspley by 100. But it's 7-6 to Coorparoo with 1 draw. And that draw was Luke Glacken's first game in charge. Day after he became a father, if I remember rightly.
It's
Nancy Dillon puts a tackle on. Sorry, Jess.
No, you're right. It's going to be a game that or a team that I remember most as well, because I actually did my knee when we played them earlier on in the year. So hopefully, I mean, I'm usually pretty good, but that thought when you first run out onto their ground is always going to be on your mind.
Yes, well, when you come back, hopefully your first game there goes through without a hitch. Is Aspley moving forward? Vetter linking at the back. Trying to move players around. In the end, had to go back to O'Flaherty. Thompson loose. Takes a good mark just inside the paint. Couple of players streaming forward. Stallard and DePoe. They're picked up now. But in space was DePoe. Made her debut on this ground, former Richador against Aspley 2 years ago. Changed from the Roos to the Hornets mid this year. And now has a chance. It counts. It's a horrible floaty kick, but it counts. And Matea DePoe pushes the margin out to 7.
I was going to say that she's got a lot of energy there, so in a time when she needs just to take a breath and calm down, she has done so. So, yeah, good girl there and kicking that nice goal.
Yes, you save the energy for the... Has she done cartwheels at training here?
Oh, yeah, I actually saw her doing some on Wednesday night, and when the music's playing, she'll be the first to be dancing, so...
Still only 18. And, yes, it's like Latea. Kick the goal first, then do the cartwheels.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Coorparoo will respond from that now.
Indeed. Historically, if it's close, Coorparoo wins. McMillan's a beautiful touch from Liesi before that. McMillan deep inside 50. Goes over the head of Vetter. Vetter looking for a way through. Coorparoo had 4 players behind the ball, and they almost needed all of them. As Fretwell and Depot get to know each other at ground level. Knocked away Plumpton. Was given no space to work. Liesi, handballs into space. Plumpton on the way. Tallis ran past it, along with Millen. Millen tracks back, tackles Plumpton.
There are a few Coorparoo players sinking back now into the 50.
Yeah, they've only got 14 players, 12 players inside their own defensive 50, only 4 outside of it. Whereas Aspley have got a +1, and is that Dufty over there? Yes. So Aspley playing for the turnover. Should Coorparoo be able to clear? Win punches. McMillan found a couple of ways through. Got it forward to Day. Handballs to Depot. Just cleared Feta Huggich. Stallard. Stallard off the snap. Well away, in fact, out on the full. You don't get fined for a kick like that. She only had a moment.
Coorparoo going to have to respond here. Aspley have come out quite hot this quarter, so we need to probably keep that composure that they've shown throughout the whole game.
Well, they've gone to a contest and picked off by Dufty, who could well be in the votes today. Across field to McMillan. Zielinski attacked it hard and successfully. Wrapped up by Liesi. But no, Aspley's narrowest win against Coorparoo was 26 points. Whenever they've won in the past, they've tended to run away with it, whereas if it's got tight, generally it's the women in blue who have come out on top. Roberts White. Over the top of Fraser. Found a different target, and Scheffler. Scheffler goes deep. That's brilliant from O'Flaherty. As I say, began a career as a halfback, then a winger, then an inside mid, but the old skills never went away. Commentator's curse as she kicks it away to Millen.
I was going to say, we haven't seen much of Paul in the back line, so this is some exciting footy, and she's done really well since heading back there last quarter.
And I'm guessing not quite a direct swap with Pittman. There's been a bit of rejigging, but if you move Pittman up, someone's got to go back, and O'Flaherty's got experience in the back 5. Riley. Been good in parts. Cleared by Lunsden. Well, not just cleared, inside 50. Beats everyone. McDonald trying to get back. The long arms did well. Nissen trying to spin away. Got a kick away. Vanderweel has front position. Knocks it into space. Trying to run away from Fraser. Got a horrible bounce. Fraser handballs to McMillan. And then the tackle continued after the play. So Fraser has the free kick. A rare error from Vanderweel.
Yeah, I was going to give Savannah credit for reading that ball really well just then, but yeah, unfortunately held on a little bit too long to Edie there.
O'Flaherty nearly missed it. Got the kick away in the end, looking for Depot. Nearly taken by Fretwell. Feta Huggich. Pushed off it by Bradley. Knocked out. There was a stray hand at the bottom of the pack that knocked it out almost like a rugby maul. Vetter pulled to ground, was playing for the free kick against Roberts White. Just knocked forward by Wedding, inside 50, then spun back out. Millen juggled, kicked, was smothered. Tallis bursts away. Not all that far, was blocked by Zinafeta Huggich, who's enjoying her 50th. Chelsea win. Looking for Chesterfield. O'Flaherty was wearing it. Chesterfield finds a way through. Chesterfield plays for the free kick. Was about as successful as Vetter was a few moments ago. Cut off by Harding. Harding tackled by Tallis. Strong work from Maddie Tallis. Another player who's stronger than she looks.
I was saying before that Coorparoo had a lot of players behind the ball. Aspley were just doing the same thing. I think they had +4 in the 50, so both teams are playing very defensive footy.
As Chelsea win, kicks from left half forward to the goal square. Scheffler knocked away. Fraser at the ball drop. Edie Fraser offline. Doesn't get it through the goals, but does get it through a very narrow gate. You don't get points for that.
She knew as soon as she kicked that as well, and she looks a little bit sore there. I think she's kicked the ground first before kicking the ball.
Now, plenty of goals left in her career. As I said earlier, she kicked 7 on debut against Geronga and was the first player to kick 7 in a QAFLW match since Jessie Wardlaw. McDonald to the part of the game that Hannah Davies and I love the most, the pretend punch. I'm trying to clear the ball, sir. No, you're not. Pittman will clear. But it's, again, very contested. Bradley did well. Knocked it forward to Day. Vetter on the chase. Fretwell coming across.
Foot game there.
Vetter knew exactly what was going on. Wins the free kick against Charlotte Millen.
Yeah, she got that one that she might have missed earlier.
Oh, she's been very cleverly doing that as long as I've been watching a Rachel Vetter, where you bend down, you don't get the ball, you draw the tackle, and you look at the umpire.
Yeah.
Out towards Hunt.
Ooh.
Was that a scoop? Play on. Day goes centrally. Wedding had front position. Spins away from Millen. Tallis' speed works towards Vetter. Appeals for Kiki in danger.
Oh, and she got
the
it.
Decision. If you think 50, because the ball was not returned to the kicker, is this the moment? There's still about 10 minutes left in this match. But giving away a 50 to Rachel Vetter, of all people, leading goal kicker in this comp in 2022.
Yeah, that one will hurt.
Well, she has to convert it first, because then that would make Coorparoo have to score 3 times to win. Rachel Vetter. It's goal number 98 for Vetter. And it's goal number 498 for the Aspley Hornets.
Yeah, I just think Aspley have come out and seem to have wanted it a bit more in this final quarter. I know both teams are playing quite defensively and dropping that 1 or 2 behind the ball, but it's just who's utilising that spare the best.
It's possibly also testament to your conditioning as well, in that 50 was a tired error. You don't make that mistake when you're completely switched on. That's when you're sucking in the oxygen and suddenly it's like, oh, crap, what have I done? I've not returned the ball to the player and given away 50. So the gap is out to 13 points, and Aspley has kicked 6 goals to 1 in the second half. Now, a win here for the Hornets today will not sew up a finals place, but given that they're playing bottom place Geronga next week, it puts them in the box seat. UQ playing Moreton Bay today. You can check that match after you finish watching this one. Every match in the Bond University QAFLW and the TPAL Lawyers QAFL is on this channel you're watching now. Clever from Vanderweel. And ends up playing the 1-2. She's brilliant. She just uses space by any means so well, Anna Vanderweel.
And just
then backs up behind Pittman. Sorry, Jess.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say the ability for her to read the ball and where it's going and where to put it is something that Spanner is really good at.
McDonald dances through the defence, spins through towards McMillan. McMillan has a bounce. She loves having a bounce. She once scored a 5-bounce goal in the grand final. 2 bounces here. I built it up for you, Jessie.
Yeah, I reckon she could have even taken a 3rd bounce there and got herself a bit closer. Instead, she's kicked it out on the full.
Well, if you're going to have an anti-climax like that, do it when you're 13 points up.
She might get it back here. Yep, she has.
Cut it off superbly. And I'm not suggesting for a moment that Coorparoo are unfit. I mean, they outlasted Southport last week, for goodness sake. But Aspley have outrun them here today. There's Wedding, who's been very good in defence today. Turned over. Strong defence from Coorparoo. Loose ball on the right wing for Aspley. Schneider brought down. It was a big hit from Hunt. And Coorparoo had the opportunity, weren't able to make it count. McDonald taking her turn in the ruck. Roberts-White spun around. Contact over the shoulder. Plumpton wins the free kick. I see a little bit of Rachel Vedder in JC Plumpton. The way they play, their build. Fretwell had first hands. Roberts-White second. Spills forward to Schneider. Schild clear, looking for the target in Hess. Good work from Grounds to knock it away. Hess is able to regather. Gets a kick up the left wing. Doesn't quite land it where she wants. In fact, she ends up with Fraser. Sorry, I thought Hess had come back and got the ball herself. Beautiful play from Fraser. Puts a left foot kick in between the square and the arc. Spins towards Muir. Coorparoo need a goal. Schneider inside 50. It's read by Vanderweel. Pushed away. Chesterfield gets it. Vanderweel with the tackle.
That was a nice play there from Coorparoo coming off the half back down into here, and Edie using some magic out there on the wing, so that's probably what we want to see some more of if they've got a chance in this game.
As Carly Hess is brought to ground. Coorparoo running out of time. They do need to score 3 times, and you would expect maybe 5 minutes left in this quarter, in this match. Liesi and Aspley, they'll probably play for points, but they can play for territory. Wedding and Zinafeta Hugic get in each other's way. And of course, Coorparoo still on 1,599 goals in this competition's history. Wedding moves it forward. Punched away from Chesterfield, goes towards Fraser. Edie Fraser! Bit of history for Edie Fraser. Coorparoo is the first team in QAFLW history to score 1,600 goals. It's the most of any team in this competition. And it may not make up for if they don't end up with the 4 points. But Edie Fraser is in the Coorparoo history books.
Yeah, she won't miss many of those opportunities. Very hard-working player there and amazing when it's down in the forward 50.
Well, you had a bit to do with Edie Fraser.
Yeah, just a little when I was helping out at doing some development coaching in the Level 3 Lions Academy. So she was obviously in the Level 2, but I'll be excited to see how she goes in the Level 3 next year now. And, yeah, exciting to see her grow as a player.
See, that was a way of both praising Edie Fraser and also getting you to acknowledge the growth of your coaching career as well. I drew that out of you, Jazz.
Yes, unfortunately can't be out there playing, so I have taken a step in towards my coaching career, which is exciting.
And it's a very safe prediction that I think you'll succeed there, Jazz. So all the best with that part of your life and your footy journey.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Spins out towards Pittman. Was her move into the midfield the masterstroke that has changed this match? Dufty inside 50. Well picked off by Zinafeta Hugic. Finds Fretwell. Had some good moments in the Coorparoo defence today, but Aspley's been able to split them, particularly in the second half. Hunt's off the outside of the boot. Found Day. Zinafeta Hugic possibly got there early. And the free kick decision has come.
Yeah, Coorparoo's half-back have worked really good today, so definitely credit to them.
It's taken by Dufty. I don't think I've seen Dufty with a long set shot before. Any idea of her distance, Jazz?
Oh, she's got a big kick, and I know she's been working super hard on this and been practicing some goals, so it'll be an amazing reward for her hard effort if she can slot this one through.
See how she goes. Mon Dufty, she'll kick this from about 40 on about a 45-degree angle. It will fall short. Wedding takes the mark. Stallard's appealing for a push in the back. Not given. The arm out wasn't for a free kick. Stallard smothers the kick. Boundary line beats her.
Yeah, it's that little feisty. She didn't get the free, so she'll put the pressure on. She's always known to do that. So
second efforts.
Yeah, that's it.
They win footy games, they change seasons, they inspire teammates. Dufty, back towards Day. McMillan from distance, well out to the right, out on the full. Again, if you're going to have a kick like that, do it now.
Oh, should we be kicking ourselves again with that
Doesn't
one?
matter, Aspley! The week after Coorparoo breaks Southport's winning streak, Aspley have all but secured a spot in the 2025 Bond University QAFLW finals with their narrowest ever victory over the Coorparoo Kings.
Yeah, wow. I'm sitting here with a massive smile on my face. Just, I'm quite proud of the girls. Just seeing how much emotion we play with, and it's just come out. And yeah, hats off to Coorparoo. They did hold fort for probably three of the fourth quarters, and unfortunately, Aspley just ran over them in that last quarter.
I'll go through the goal scorers. If you'd like to pick maybe a best on ground or a couple of best players for each side, I'd appreciate that. So have a think about that. For Aspley, it was 3 goals to Jess Stellard, 2 to Katie Day, and 1 each to Latea DePoe, Lucy Thompson and Rachel Vedder. For Coorparoo, it was all singles to Rose Clancy-Dillon, Talena Nissen, Chelsea Chesterfield, Grace Roberts-White, Indy Scheffler and Edie Fraser. A couple of names for me, Jazz.
Yeah, when you think about it like this, you don't always think about this when you're a player. So trying to think about it now on the spot, I mean, you got to throw names like Aspley. Mon played really well in the middle there. Katie Day, fancy footwork in the forward line, and then probably even Spanner in the back line would probably be my 3 for Aspley. And then you've got to give credit to the half-backs and someone like Isla, was very strong there for Coorparoo. And then you've got Grace as well, was very dangerous off that half forward and when she went into the midfield.
Thank you very much for Aspley. I can't really split Mon Dufty and Anna Vanderweel. I thought they were superb out there today. And for Coorparoo, probably Lucy Schneider and Chelsea Wynn were the most involved and just kept a lot of forward momentum. Jazz, thank you so much for making yourself available today. Thank you for your insights into the game as opposed to just Aspley as well. But no, all the best with your recovery, your coaching, and I hope to see you back soon.
Yeah, no, thank you. I've really enjoyed it, and yeah, looking forward to coming back.
Thank you very much, Jazz. Next week, the final round of the Bond University QAFLW for this year at 4:45, Wilston Grange versus the University of Queensland at Hickey Park. UQ have to win to make the finals, and they'll hope that Aspley is somehow upset by Yeronga. It's a long shot, but you've always got to believe after that the finals begin on Saturday, August 16. On behalf of Jazz Kawa and AFL Queensland, my name is Daniel Viles. Thank you so much for your company today. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage wherever you are on here, the official AFLQ YouTube channel.